I'm turning 40 soon and I live full-time in this van. Did I make the right choices for myself in life? Let's get into it.
Hey everyone, welcome back to a new video in my 4 years van life series. So, I'm turning 40 soon. Oh my gosh, I was born in 1986. 40 years. I will have been on this earth for 40 years. And I'm living in this van full time. And I have been doing so for 4 years now, which I love. I'm turning 40 in the 4th month of the year. And I'm doing 4 years of van life. So I have to look up what the meaning is of 444. So it seems that Bobby is joining me today. So let's see how long he will sit here. So I am turning 40 soon on the 8th of April. And I'm really excited about this new chapter in my life. I will be closing my decade of being a 30-year-old, and 3 is my lucky number. So I'm kind of sad of letting the 3 go, but I'm really excited to see what 40 has to offer. And let me tell you, when I look at my younger self, this is not at all how I imagined I would be living my life turning 40. So let's look back at my other decades in my life, at my other big birthdays that I've had. So if I look at my 10th birthday, I don't really know anything about that time anymore. I was just a child. I was undiagnosed ADHD and autism, but I probably had a beautiful dress, beautiful shoes, a nice cake, and a really nice birthday party. So I don't really remember a lot about that. But when we go back to my 20s, if I look at myself in my 20s, I was a way different person. And in my 20s is when I got my first dog. I got my first dog when I was 21. And her name was Durak. She's no longer with us, but she was with us when we started this van life. She was, the predecessor to Wolfie. I got my first dog. Yeah. And in my 20s, starting my 20s, I was in a relationship with my first big love of my life. And I really thought that, I don't know if everybody grows up this way, but I did. I really thought that I was going to marry this person. We're going to buy a house. We were going to have babies, and we were going to work 9 to 5s. Well, he actually had a business, so maybe he would have been working a little bit more than that. And we would live happily ever after with kids and a family. I did have a horse, so I think I would have had horses in my life still. And at that time, I was working as a child daycare worker in daycare centers. I was a nanny actually. I was a full-time nanny at that point. So I thought I was just going to marry this person, live happily ever after, have kids, and work as a nanny. I think that would have been it. And at that time, I didn't really think that there was very much out there. I do think I've always really wanted to have a little farm of my own. But now, of course, I thought I was going to have a farm with him, or a bigger house or whatever with him, in somewhere around that village that he was living at. Then a little bit later in my 20s, I met my second love of my life. At that point in time, I was doing more calculations. So I was thinking more like, okay, if I want to have a family, I need to find my husband now. So my first relationship, I was madly in love, and I was thinking, oh, we're going to live happily ever after. And the second relationship, that person already had a farm. I thought that I needed to make more future-based decisions. So I was with this person for 4 years. And I actually thought we moved in together into the house that we built. 6 months later, I left. He kicked me out. But I'm really happy he did, because I wouldn't have been happy there. But I just thought, all this time, you need to find a spouse and marry and have babies and start a family. I really thought. And I'm not quite sure how this got in my brain. I think this is just what you saw in movies, what you see around you, what everybody around me was doing, what everybody kept telling me, what everybody kept asking me. For some reason, I always thought I need to find a person. I need to find my person in this lifetime. that I can grow old with and have a house with. And also, I couldn't really rent a home on my own. That was so expensive. I had no idea how I was going to do that. So I didn't really see how that was going to work out. So I really thought, okay, I need to have a person in my life that'll be like, that's going to be my person. And that's how I found him. And we worked together for 4 years. And in that time also, around when we met, I started my dog walking service. So I started my own company. And we were together for 4 years. And then we broke up. I moved back to my parents' house for about 3 months. And then I moved into a rental house. And that's the house that I had before I moved in here. And, oh, there's a squirrel there. Oh, I love squirrels. Oh, there's a beautiful squirrel there. I love it. Sorry. Oh, I love them so much. It's beautiful. Sorry. Anyway. So after 3 months, I miraculously found a house that I could live in. But I was having my dog walking service. I had one dog. Soon after Bobby joined, I think half a year or something. After I moved into the house, I immediately got Bobby. Which is funny. The first dog, Durak, I got her after my first breakup. And then Bobby I got after the second breakup. And then I moved into that house and I had my dog walking service. But that wasn't really sufficient to pay all the bills and also live my life. I also had a horse. I had 2 horses at one point. I don't even know how I paid for all of this. But somehow I managed. But I had my dog walking service and then I did side hustles. So I also did doggy daycare, so they would come stay at my place if they were going on holiday. I was doing plant sales at the side. I was doing, what was I doing? Cleanup jobs, nanny jobs. I was doing so many jobs at the same time to keep, how do you say that? To make ends meet. And I was chronically overwhelmed and chronically overstimulated and chronically burned out all the time, but I didn't really know how else to survive this. And then I turned 30 and I was living in my house for a while and I had my dogs. Somewhere in my 30s, I learned about tiny houses and I got obsessed with tiny houses and I wanted to live in a tiny house. I actually went to councils to talk about tiny houses, but it was so difficult at that time to get it fixed. And then COVID came. And somewhere before COVID, I found out about Vanlife and I thought, ooh, I can do that because then I don't need a council to give me a place where I can put the house. I can just move the house wherever I want it to be. So that's when I thought, ooh, I will go and try and see if I can do Vanlife. And then COVID hit. And when COVID hit, everything changed anyway. I don't know if it changed for everyone though, but for me, my life changed a lot. And it was at this point that I decided to sell my business, buy a van, make a plant web shop because I'd already been doing that as a side hustle and I thought I could do that full time. I quickly realized I didn't want to do that. And then I just decided to go for it and move into the van. And now, 4 years later, this is where we're at. I live in the van. This is basically everything I own in the world. I have 3 little dogs. I have this beautiful van that I built, which is our home. And now we're here. So if I look at how I wanted to start when I was younger, how I thought my life was going to be, I thought I would have now been married for, a minimum of 10 years. And I probably would have had, depending on what partner I had. Oh, wait, the first partner didn't even want to have kids. I just now remembered. The first partner didn't want to have kids, which I didn't mind. Second partner did want to have kids, which I didn't mind either. At this point in my life, I don't want any children. Oh, I keep seeing the squirrel. It's so cute. Okay. I'm getting sidetracked and I'm seeing the squirrel running around. So when I started moving in the van, starting to think about van life, I also was at the point in my life where I decided that, or where I actually figured out that I did not want to be a mother and I don't want to have any children. For multiple reasons. If you want me to make a video about that, I can, but I won't go into that much. But that also gave me a lot of freedom because I didn't have to plan for a family. I didn't have to plan for a spouse. And it was also after the second breakup, when the breakup happened, being thrown, like having your entire life just cut off and needed to start over from scratch, being tossed on your own. I really didn't like that experience. It was really abrupt and it was very, I got kicked aside. I didn't like that. And somehow, somewhere, I stopped feeling that I wanted to share my life with anybody. And I'm still, if I would meet somebody that's really nice, I might be open to it, but I'm not looking for it and I'm not actively looking for it. I'm a happy single person living in my van. But if I look back at what I thought my life was going to be like when I was 20 and I'm here now, I'm so happy that all of these things never happened. Because what are these birds that I'm hearing? What is that? I don't know what bird that is. I have to look that up. I'm so happy that all of these plans never went through, because the person that I would have had babies with, I wouldn't have been a happy person at all in my life. And also, I was undiagnosed ADHD and autism, so I would have been so unhappy. I know for sure. I've been a nanny for so long and I love kids. I absolutely love kids. I adore them. I vibe with them. They're awesome. I absolutely adore kids. I just know that if I would have them around me 24/7, I wouldn't be able to cope. It would cost me. That's also one of the reasons I always said I don't want any kids. I would have to give away so much of myself. I would have to sacrifice so much of myself. And still, I wouldn't probably be able to give the kids everything I would want to give them. So it's probably, I always hear people say that it's the people that don't want children are actually the people that would have made amazing parents, because I just know I won't be enough for the kids. I know I will not have enough energy and I don't have enough to give them, to give them a happy life, that I decide that I will not put them through that, and it will cost me too much for myself. So that's why I'm not having any children. Plus, I also don't really like how the world is at the moment, and if it's not selfish to bring people into this world, but that's a whole nother discussion. And I don't judge people that have kids. I love kids. But that's also a reason why I thought, I don't know if I want that. But I did know that when I started living in the van that I need to think about that, because I was 35. So that's also the point, that if you do want to have kids, you should probably pursue that on your own while you still can. And now I'm turning 40. I'm actually thinking like, yeah, am I absolutely sure I don't want any kids? Because this might be like the final station, how do you say it? The final exit where you could potentially still have children, but I really don't want any children. And now we're living in the van, and I absolutely love this life, even though I could have not, in my wildest dreams, have perceived how this would have been, and I could not, in my 20s, even have thought that this was an option. I'm here now, and I'm so happy, and I'm so grateful for all the turns that I took in my life, all the lessons that I learned, everything, every skill, everything that I've just dived into head first, everything that I did in my life to get me to this point in life at 40. I'm so grateful that I did all of these things. I'm so grateful. And I've been vlogging for a long time. So I think 4.5 years already. So if you would like to see any of these, you can go out, check out my videos. I've been doing travels. You can see all of that. I've learned so much. I've grown so much. And I'm so happy that I did that. And I'm so happy that I chose to just choose a life that works for me and go a different way and it's harder this way. Now, I wouldn't say that if I would do a full-time job and then have a rental house, if that's easy. But if I would just, no, that's also not true. I want to say if I just find a spouse, get married, have a two income household, blah, blah, blah. But still, that's not easy too. It's not easy either. It's just maybe more status quo. It's just maybe more accepted. So how do you say it? By society. Maybe that's the only difference. and then you get a routine. But yeah, I'm really excited about how I chose this lifestyle and how it's working out, and I cannot wait to see what the future holds. So let's talk about how I'm looking at the future at this point in time. So I'm really excited how my 45 or 50-year video is going to be, if there's even going to be videos about that. But I would have loved footage from me 20 years ago, how I was looking into the future. That would have been amazing. But I'm making it right now so I can use it in the future. So what do I think what do I think my life would be like when I'm 50, or if I ever get to 50? But what I would hope, what my dreams are, what my ambitions are. I love van life, and I love doing this lifestyle, and I love the freedom, and I love the tiny space, and I love everything about it. But I would like to have a place in the world that's for us. Nee, niet doen. I would love to have a place in the world somewhere, maybe in Scandinavia somewhere, that's for us. And on that space, on that property, I would like to have space around for us. I would like to have some trees. I would like to have some meadows. I don't really think I want to have more animals, but I do love animals. I love horses, because I think I would still like to be able to roam. I wouldn't want any animals on the property because then I won't be able to leave the property. But maybe if I can have somebody take care of the animals, or if I can take the animals along, I don't think so. Or somehow can make that manage, maybe I would. But I would like to have a meadow, like fields. I would like to have a place where I can grow my own food, and I would like to have a small house that I can redecorate myself, and maybe make an addition, do a bathroom renovation. I've never done a bathroom renovation, and I think I could do it. And I would love to do that. I would love to have a little wooden cabin, and then make it more, not completely self-sufficient, because I would like to have good internet, and I would like to have maybe main power source for wintertime. But I would like to have an old house that I can redecorate. How do you say that? I don't really know what the word is. An old little farmhouse that I can just strip and then rebuild. I think that's the right word. Rebuild it, and then have good insulation, and have it be amazing for us to live in. And yeah, I just have so many ideas about what that would look like. I'd like to have our own vegetable garden. I want to have a huge working space, like a barn or something, that I can like a garage area where I can do maintenance on the van, or maybe build out other vans. I don't know. Maybe I would love to do that, or people can come stay at my property and do maintenance on their vans. Or I want to learn how to weld. I want to do more woodworking. I've been making these birdhouses lately, and I'm going to make a greenhouse. And I would just love to. I just, when I build things and learn new skills and learn how to use new tools and stuff, I get so inspired, and I want to build things, and I want to have a place for my own where I can do these things. Because up to now, I've been to other people's places and I built stuff there. So I built up my van. I used to build stuff for my rental house, but it was a rental house, so it was still not mine. I built out the van, that's mine, I love that. And I went to Cindy's place, I built stuff there, and I went to Gordon's place, I built stuff there, and I went to the farm that I used to work, and I built this beautiful bunny hutch. You can all see this in my YouTube videos. But it's never for me, and it's always with maybe not the tools that I would like to have, or maybe not the wood that I would like to use. It's always like I need to make do. And here I'm making all these beautiful things, but that's also not for me, it's for Guus. So I would really like to have the energy that I feel from building stuff to actually make something and then be able to use it. And yeah, I would love that. So that's what I would like for, and not even the next 10 years, it's too long. I would like that very soon, actually, to have a property where we can park up, or we could hook up to electricity, and where I can make maybe first an outdoor shower idea and then just gradually build the house in the way that we want it. And yeah, I would love that. And I'm looking at properties that have like 33, is it hectares? Like a lot of place around it, like lots of woods and stuff around it, so that you just have your own property. So you can just like, I want to build a tree house. I've never built a tree house. I would love to build like an actual tree house that you can sleep in. I would love to do that. I have no idea where to begin. Like, but I'll figure it out. And there's all of these things that I would still love to do. And I would love to take you all along with me on these adventures, of course, and these building adventures. And there's so many more places I'd love to go to and see. And I think that if I have a property of my own that I can just stay at and build things and, do things. And then when I'm done with that and I want to go explore the place, I just lock the door behind me and go travel on with my van. And when I have this big work shed, I can do maintenance on the van and make sure she's ready to go when we want to go. And yeah, and I want to have other people with campers come stay over and give them a place where they can rest and recharge and maybe do some laundry. Or, I love this when people have these places set up that you can just come. There's like a corner somewhere that has some privacy where you can just hang out and relax. I would love that. So, yeah, really, there's so many things I want to do in life. And I'm really working hard behind the scenes to make that happen. So I'm really happy that you're watching my video because you're helping me out a lot. Thank you so much for being here. The thing that I haven't even mentioned, and when I was 20 and I would think about 40, and I always think about, I think Jane Fonda or maybe Lily Tomlin or people like that say, I'm this age, but I feel way younger, or I wouldn't even know what this age would feel like. And okay, if this is it, that's good with me. And when I was younger and people would tell me they're 40, even now, if I say I'm turning 40, I kind of feel like, whoa, that's kind of old. That's a lot bigger number now. 40, 40, gonna be 41, 42, 43. Oh, it feels so old, but I don't feel old. It's just a number. I do feel 40 because I've been here for 40 years, almost, but I don't feel like 40 is old. And looking now from 40 to 30, I don't feel like 30 is old. I think it's young. So looking from 40 to 50, I also feel like 50 is still young. I'm now thinking that old is like 90. But who knows? Maybe when you get to 90, you're like, 120, that's old, if you'll ever make it. And also, maybe I don't even make 50. I don't know. Maybe I'll drop dead tomorrow. I have no idea what's going to happen. So yeah, it's an interesting time it's an interesting milestone to have in my life. And yeah, I don't feel 40. So did I choose the right life? I think I chose an absolute amazing life for myself. Now, is it easy? It is absolutely not easy. There are lots of stressful moments. Especially at this moment, because I've chosen not to go back to the work that I used to do. So I would travel half of the time and then make money, come back, work as the nanny, make money, and then travel again. And I've chosen to do behind the scenes and try and get more online income so I can travel and then have an income as I travel, because I want to go places and stay there or go further and not have to come back all the time. And that is a very stressful moment in my life at the moment, because I'm struggling. So I did choose the right life, and this choice I'm still figuring out. Like what I'm making choices every day, and I'm still figuring out, am I moving in the right direction? Am I doing the right things? Do I want to move more this way? Do I want to move more that way? Do I want to get back to work in a place again to see, like maybe be a nanny again for a while to have some income? But I'm still figuring out things, and I'm still like every day working on being comfortable with new choices, being comfortable with unpredictability. And yeah, I'm still working on it every day. So I am super happy that I chose this life, and I think it's absolutely the right life for me. It has given me so much insight about myself. It's given me so much personal knowledge and personal growth, so much personal growth. And I feel so vibrant and young and happy and healthy, but there are still things that I want in life. So I still have more dreams and more places I want to see and more things I want to do and more things I want to go. And I'm absolutely sure that I chose the right life, but it doesn't really feel like the life that I've chosen has fully developed. I think that's what I wanted to, how I want to put it. It's still developing into what I had foreseen for the future. So it's still developing into, I want to be a digital nomad, and I want to be more successful with my YouTube, and I'm working really hard on that. So it's still developing into that, but van life was absolutely the way to go for me, and I love it every day, and I enjoy being in the van, being around the van, having this freedom to move anywhere I want to go every day. And I'm super grateful and happy that all these years ago, my past version of myself decided to take this leap and do this, and that I'm now able to sit here and talk to you guys about living in the van for 4 years already. So where I go from here, my plan is to try somehow make it work and start traveling again. I was thinking maybe May. This is what I would love to be able to do. I have no idea how I'm going to do it yet. So, but that would be lovely if I would be able to go travel again and then see from there how that's going to be, because I've been I want to say stuck. I've been put in this place for a while now, and it's very comfortable now. It's my new comfort zone. So leaving again, it's going to uproot everything again, but that's okay. I want that, but it's also going to, make everything unsure for a little bit more. So I'm going to see how I'm going to like that, how my nervous system is going to like that. And we'll see. We're going to explore. So where I go from now, I would like to go travel again and then go see houses again and farms and just, figure out a way how to make this happen and enjoy other beautiful places in the world, and hopefully find a place for ourselves soon. And roll up our sleeves and get to work and get to do beautiful things there. I would also love for my dogs to be able to roam around on their own property, safe in an enclosure where, they can just hang out and run around. I love that for my dogs, that they can just have like a huge backyard where they can just roam. And I love to have flower beds and vegetables, and I love to bake. I want to have an oven again and like make jelly, and cannot wait to do all these wonderful new things in my life. Well, I'll just keep dreaming more about how my 40s is going to be. So this video is part of my 4 years van life series. My next Thursday video is going to be about why I could not have done this beautiful van life without my precious pups. And join me this Sunday and we will celebrate my birthday together. I want to thank you so much for watching today's video. I really hope you enjoyed it. And I will see you in the next one. And in the meantime, don't forget to say yes to Newvanventures.